Hello friends, Tanya here for Spellbinders and day 22 of the 2023 Crafty Advent Calendar. Let's open box number 22. What do you think we're going to have in here? Could be a die set. The size is about the right size for, sequins. These are a really pretty pale pink iridescent sequin. They are cupped sequins without a hole. There are two sizes of sequins in here, a large and a small, just like the pink and the bluey purpley sequins that were in earlier parts of the kit. Let's jump into this. We're going to pull out the Bottle Brush Tree Duo die set. There was a previous Bottle Brush Trees die set that came out I think in 2021, and you can see that there is a large variety of trees now, the bottle brush trees. I chose to use just one of the sizes. I cut two of the bases from shimmery white cardstock or brushed white cardstock and the detail portion with heavyweight white cardstock. Then I'm using a light and a dark craft colored cardstocks to do the bases, which looks like a wood slice. I used the darker color for the base, the larger piece of the base, and the lighter color for the smaller piece of the base. Now I'm going to glue these together. They're just little tiny pieces that sit right on top of this tree trunk slice. I'm using the pointy end of my pickup stick here to get those lined up completely. And the pointy end of my pickup stick pulls out when I try to take the glue off the tip. Probably because I manhandled it too much, to be honest. Now it's time to assemble our bottle brush trees. I'm just putting a line of adhesive down the center of the trunk. And I start lining it up at the top of the tree and then tack down the bottom of the tree and then work on the middle sections. Since this is such a fine detail piece, you have a lot of wiggle room when you are adhering the center trunk. There are lots of branches cut along the way, and it makes it very flexible. Now that we have both detailed elements attached, we're going to attach the little bases, the little wood slice bases. Just add a dot of glue on the bottom of that tree trunk and attach it to the wood slice. And there are the completed trees. I'm going to make two projects with these trees today. We're going to start out by doing some ink blending. We've got Tattered Rose and Saltwater Taffy. And you can see that these colors coordinate very nicely with the sequins. We also have Spun Sugar and Kitsch Flamingo. And you can see that the sequins match that very well too. All the pinks, I think those are going to look very good. I think I should mix those, the two different colors of pinks sequins, and see if that wouldn't be a good combo. I didn't do that today. So I took my two different pink blends and I'm ink blending on some scraps of heavyweight white cardstock because I'm going to be doing more to these pieces and I want them to have some heft. I'm just going back and forth to get a nice blend between the Tattered Rose and the Saltwater Taffy. I really like that color combo. It is a nice peachy pink. And then I'm going to clean up my work surface with a little bit of soapy water in my giant spray bottle and my microfiber cloth. We're going to take the Spun Sugar and the Kitsch Flamingo and do the same thing. And my ink pads seem a little dry, and I know that I have re-inked this Spun Sugar many times, and it should be very juicy. Same with the Kitsch Flamingo. I do really like to use Kitsch Flamingo, so that might That one might have needed a little more ink, but we're going to try using this ink refresher, which is basically water and some glycerin. And I sprayed that on there, and it does seem to help quite a bit. I might have to do a couple more spritzes of the ink refresher just to give those a little hydration. I get those nicely blended also. And I did go the whole distance of the cardstock. Next, we're going to take the Precision Layering Mini Slimline A set, and I'm using the 3x6 inch die to cut a panel from the Kitsch Flamingo and Spun Sugar, and then I'm using the Trinity Stamp Slimline tags and die cut a tag with that. We're also going to use the Flurry of Snowflakes 3D embossing folder. I think this came out last year. I love a good snowflake embossing folder. We're going to use the Pearl Luster Gilding Polish. If you had one of the solar pastes, this would be awesome to use a brayer and apply the solar pastes with their iridescent or interference. So one way you tilt it, it's kind of a white color, and then when you tilt it in the other direction, it is whatever color the that it's labeled to be. There's gold and pink and green and purple. I think there's 6 colors, and they look stunning. I just haven't gotten my hands on any of them yet. Still loving my Pearl Luster though. I am going to make a 6 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch mini slimline card. I have an extra piece of scrap cardstock here that I'm putting behind our embossed and gilded panel. Ink blended, embossed, and gilded. And I'm adhering that to the card front, and then decided, wait a minute, I wanted the darker portion on the bottom of this card, so I had to flip it around before the glue was dry. Then we're going to take one of the trees, and I'm going to add a little extra cardstock on the back of the tree. I have this scrap here that I'm going to trim down. Just going to get another piece to add to the top of the tree using my Barely Art Precision Glue as always. I don't know about you, but Christmas is coming soon, and I'm trying to get all the things done before I have a bunch of my kids come to the house for Christmas, and I could not focus today to save my life. I was supposed to be working on this Crafty project this morning. This would be Thursday morning, the 21st, so I could have it done before midnight so you all can see it. And I started the morning by cleaning out my small freezer, taking all of the frozen bananas that I've thrown in there and making banana bread. And, let's get on here. We've got the Andesine Aura gems. These match the sequins really well. And I've adhered that tree to the tag, and now we are going to glue a bunch of sequins and gems to both the card front and the tag we're creating. So back to this morning, I end up making banana bread, and then I have some triple berries that have been frozen in my freezer for probably 6 months, and they need to be used up. So I get the grand idea to make triple berry jam this morning. Yeah, I'm getting lots done around the house, right? And getting my crafty videos done. Do you ever have days like that? In the midst of that, I'm doing laundry for all the bedding. I'm talking to my mom on the phone, who she wanted to talk to me about all of the grandchildren's names and ages, because let's be honest, she is getting more and more dementia, so it's hard for her to remember. And yeah, she's been afraid lately that she's losing her family. So it was important to me to take the time to go over all of those names and ages and relations. She called with the pretense of she needed to make her gift list for Christmas, but I knew what she really needed was to be reminded, or to help her remember all of the kids, all of the grandkids, and how old they are. And just because last night she had dreamt that she was losing all of her family. And that's so hard. I'm sorry. This is kind of a depressing thought, but it's probably part of a lot of your lives too. It's important to take time to help our loved ones, be there, accept them for where they are in their lives, and send them a little joy. She was also excited that she had gotten a card for me in the mail. Even though I see her at least once a week, it's still great to get that happy mail, and I think it really made her day. Be sure to send your goodies, your carefully handmade products to family members who just need a little boost. Everyone loves a little happy mail. I know I love a little happy mail. And I got some cards in the mail today, and they sure made me smile. There are all of the sequins and rhinestones on both the tag and the card. We're going to use some sentiments from the All You Need sentiments. This is the Glimmer of the month from November of 2023. And we're also going to use the Comfort and Joy sentiments. I did not show you a close-up of that, but I have the little organizer for both of those sets laying on the desk here. I'm going to adhere the sentiment to the tag, and I used a reverse foiled sentiment. There are a couple layers of extra cardstock behind that, and we're going to do the same thing for the part of the tree that's going to, or part of the sentiment that's going to overlap the tree has one layer of extra cardstock just to help it settle between the sequins and the gems. And then ultimately I end up putting a little glue behind the end of the banner. I had to move one of the rhinestones, and I'm just going to re-adhere it to the card front in a different spot. It was underneath the banner, and it was causing a little difficulty getting that adhered down. Now that we have the fronts complete, it's time to do something for the inside. I pull out the A Merry Little Christmas sentiments, which I just got in the mail because I ordered those. And I foiled the two largest of these sentiments with some Aura foil. And then I will take the coordinating dies and die cut these sentiments. They're really big, and I love the mixture of fonts. The top one says, what does it say? Have yourself a merry little Christmas. And the bottom one says, may your days be merry and bright. I think those are very good sentiments for these cards, this card and this tag. Now I'm going to adhere the may your days be merry and bright to the inside of the card. Just going to make sure that's nicely centered and adhered. And then I'm going to take the other sentiment and glue that to the back of the tag. I contemplated that for a minute, thinking, oh, maybe I want to write to and from on there. And you still could, but I think it looks great. I think a card made with the debossed snowflakes and that sentiment would look really cute. Now I wanted the whole reinforcer on the top of that tag, so I took a piece of scrap cardstock in white and die cut the whole reinforcer die that's in the Trinity Stamps Slimline tag die set, and I'm going to adhere those back both to the front and the back of the tag. I'll just use my reverse tweezer here to help me hold it and add a couple of dabs of glue on the top and the bottom, and then on the curve of each side of the circle. We'll get that adhered on the front, and I was surprised at how well that stuck. When I embossed the snowflake design on here, I made sure to center one of the snowflakes right over the hole, which I thought was quite a cool effect on there. Now that I have the whole reinforcers in place, I'm going to take this twine. It's some thicker white twine that I had in my stash. I have a whole drawer full of twine, and it's about time that we start using it again, right? I tied a knot in the top so it wouldn't fall out. And those are my two projects for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bum you out with my little story today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now would be a great time. If you're interested in any of the product that I used today, check that description box below. It will be listed and linked as always. I do have a visual list included there. You just click on the link and it opens it up so you can see all of the product that I used. I would love to hear what you have to say, even if you have a story about family you'd like to share. And until next time, which is tomorrow, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.